Hey everybody, Mark here with Trophy Trail Outdoors. Guys, we're getting closer and closer to deer season. There's numerous things that you could have done all the way up until now, but if you are starting out right now, you know, there are so many different things that you can still do. It's mid-July, you can still get your late food plots in, your kill plots is what we like to call them, because that's not really doing anything for the deer unless you're planting, you know, quite a few acres. Then you're going to help them get through the winter. But summertime mock scrapes is huge, and there's still time to get them in, guys. We offer, it's called the Rut Rope. We have a D-ring that you hook into the tree. Also, guys, there's so many different ways that people connect the ropes. I mean, they overdo it. They're just trying their hardest to make the best rope, and I feel like a lot of people just, they need to simplify it a little bit more. So we use shrink tape, high strength shrink tape, so that the rope don't come apart. Also, down here at the other end, surface area is everything, guys. You need surface area. Most of the time people will put on a rope or whatnot and they just, you know, they ravel it out on the end. We add 2 more sections of rope, put shrink tape on it. Like I said, it's high strength shrink tape. This stuff is not coming apart, all right? What it does is when you have that much surface area and you dump a bottle of this and you put this on just the bottom half. You don't need to put it all over the rope, just the bottom half. You know, a deer will smell that, they come in. You know, if you're using, like right now, this is just for summertime mock scrapes. So we're using Silent Stalker, okay? As you go into season, whatnot, you know, what we like to do is if you're, you know, make sure that you mess the ground up, okay? Deer don't pee on ropes. So a lot of times they actually, they'll sniff the rope. The rope's what brings them in, but they're hitting the ground below it, okay? So you want to put as much scent on the ground as you can possibly do. I'll be honest with you, a 4-ounce bottle of scent is probably not enough if you're looking to get the best results. So, but like I said, as you're going into season, we like to switch it up. You know, I would say a good rule of thumb is going into the later part of October, deer start going into rut. Okay, that's why, you know, everybody talks about the red moon and stuff like that. Well, my biggest thing, and at Trophy Trail Outdoors, we believe that as you're going into the later part of October, deer start to go into rut. Okay, yes, there's moon phases and everything, but it's also females are going into heat. Okay, so when they're going into heat, the bucks are starting to move a lot more. That's where you get all that movement. Okay, it's that time of year. We go by this moon phase so much, and everybody just seems to forget what Mother Nature's doing naturally. Okay, so what we like to do is, since the later part of October is really getting into rut, bucks are starting to move, that means some of the does are already in heat. Okay, prior to that, I would say when it starts getting cold mid-October, you want to be the first doe that's in heat. Okay, so what you want to do is switch from your Silent Stalker to Red Fury, and you know, you don't even have to necessarily put some on the rope. The rope's already been established, okay? You can just leave the rope alone. Don't touch the rope, okay? If you touch it, that leaves your scent behind, all right? And so what we do is we just start dumping Red Fury or our dominant buck lure into the scrape that they've made below, and that right there will cause all the destruction that you could possibly need for your area. And like I said, you're wanting to do it, you know, a week or 2 before other does go into heat. Okay, so what that's going to do is that's going to cause the bucks around that area that are frequent, you know, that are going through that area frequently, they are going to come through and they're gonna be like, oh wow, okay, there is a doe in this area in heat, and there's no other does anywhere around. Okay, we could walk 5 miles, there's not anything in heat unless your buddy's using Red Fury. But so the thing is you're going to hold those deer there through that moon phase, through the end of October. Okay, so you're adding that much more ammunition to what you guys are doing. And if you're a bow hunter and you're bow hunting that late October, mid to late October, that really opens up. It takes the window from being, you know, a week to 2 weeks, you know, so you can really get in there. Okay, so our biggest thing is we like to use the D-ring. The D-ring, and you don't have to buy our ropes. We don't care. We sell enough of these. We don't, you know, we want your business. We want to help everybody that we can possibly help. But if you've already got a rope, is what I'm saying, you don't have to go out and buy our rope. You know, you can buy our scent to put on it. but use what you have, okay? It costs so much to go deer hunting anymore. We don't want everybody just running out and buying our stuff. I mean, of course, we'd love for you to buy our stuff, but if you have something that's working for you, just freshen it up, okay? The thing with our D-ring is, you know, people got twisty ties, they got zip ties, you know, the less you can touch it, the better, okay? Literally, you just take this, hang it in a tree, and it's done, okay? You go to take it back out, you don't have to touch the rope. You just touch the D-ring, and when you get back to the house, you can literally wipe the D-ring off if you're afraid of scent that much, and, you know, stick it in a bag, all right? You can stick it back into the bag that we send you. That's what we recommend. You know, you pour the Silent Stalker, or if you buy it later into the year, you can buy the Red Fury or the Dominant buck lure, and you just pour it into the bag, put this back down into the bag, and let it sit, okay? Overnight, whatever you want to do, let it absorb that deer pee. It's not going to hurt if it gets on this part of the rope, but you want most of it getting on here, because that's the part that's moving around. That's the surface area that we was talking about. Now, we're doing everything we can to get as much surface area on these ropes as possible, because as the wind blows through these and they move, that is the best thing. I mean, that's everything, guys. If you just have a stiff rope that has 3 of these hanging off of it, when the wind blows, it may blow, it may not. I mean, whatever's on there, it's going to dry out a lot faster because there's just not as much surface area. So guys, yeah, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate everything that you guys are doing. Like I said, you don't have to buy our stuff, but if you're following us, you can at least get tips and everything on how to make your hunting better, okay? Please go to Instagram, Facebook, follow us on there. We appreciate that too. All right, thanks guys, we appreciate you.